touching me? Are you touching me? Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me.
Shut up! One more fucking word, you're gone. I'm not fucking around.
This is my opinion on things. By the time you're 40 years old as a man, like, there's no changing. I don't believe there's, like, outside forces are going to change who you are, the way you look at life. If you're still trying to figure out how to be a man at 35, 40 years old, it ain't going to fucking happen.
Now, I don't know if you're following this topic, but I think it's pretty interesting. The concept of these alpha camps, right? I did a video not too long ago. I think what it is these guys that grew up, not like you and I grew up, they're finding ways to get to that level, but by paying for it and by thinking that, you know, like you and I could make them that way. And I'm like, that's not how it worked. It took me 20 years. It took you, 12 to 13 years to get to that point. So I'm just curious, because I know how I feel about it, but I'm just curious about, your perspective on it. I mean, being on social media, like all of that jazz.
Oh, yeah. We talk about it a lot. I'm sure you talk about it with your buddies too. So one of my old teammates who actually lives in Oregon as well, he's been trying to get me to come on board to run one with him. He was like, dude, these things are mega popular. People are paying a ton of money for this. When I first heard about it, I was like, no, like nobody's going to pay any money for this. And then I started seeing Instagram ads of like people paying like $15,000 to go to these camps with a guy like me or you to fucking haze them and put them through a mock selection. And yeah, I mean, look, maybe that helps, some of these guys a little bit find some toughness or whatnot, but you're absolutely right, man. Like, I didn't develop into what I am today in 2 weeks. It took me my entire SF career gradually building up to that, or military career, and even my life, like a very structured, disciplined life, things like that led to my success. Did SFAS alone like turn me into this completely different person? No, not at all. Right. So I think they're silly. I understand like why people might be interested in them. I don't think that any of these guys are going to find potentially life altering experiences, but maybe they do. Right. Yeah. But what I think, right, by the time you're 30 to 40 years, this is my opinion on things. By the time you're 40 years old as a man, like there's no changing. I don't believe there's like outside forces are going to change who you are, the way you look at life. If you're still trying to figure out how to be a man at 35, 40 years old, it ain't going to fucking happen for you. Sorry, I don't want to make anybody upset, but like if you haven't figured it out by now, I don't know, man. I don't think a 2-week training camp led by an SF guy is going to do it for you either. But, again, people can spend their money on whatever they want. If, Silicon Valley millionaires that never did anything like this in their life, they want to go have that experience, then yeah, cool. I don't have any problem with that. But I would say, and we actually watched a TV show that came out that's the exact same thing. The Special Forces World's Toughest Test. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Has a bunch of celebrities and stuff on it. I don't have a problem with that, to like learn a little bit about yourself to see if you have any toughness in you. But yeah, if you're looking for like a life-changing experience, I don't know. That's just my take on it. So
yeah, same here, man. It is what it is. I see it as a money grab, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I get it. Go do a Tough Mudder. Dude, run a fucking marathon. Yeah. Run a marathon. Right. Like, I feel like you would learn more about yourself and get yourself a little bit tougher for running a marathon, because there's certain things you have to do leading up to that point, right? So I think
that's a good point. You don't just get to go. What they're doing is you just show up and you do it for a week, right? Yeah. If you're going to run a marathon, you don't just get to show up to the marathon and run it. If you don't want to break all your bones in your feet, right? You have to spend months and months training up for that. And honestly, I think a marathon, for me, I would rather do a week of selection than do a marathon. Like,
same here.
Fuck that, dude. So, but that's just me personally.
So now you get done with the Q course.